Hello and welcome to the CAPE project. In this video, I will introduce to you our research on children's social development. We are particularly interested in intergenerational mechanisms. Questions that we tackle in the project are, for example, when does social development start? And why do children differ so much from each other in how they approach social relationships? Is it maybe that parents' own experiences in social relationships during adolescence pass on to the next generation? And if so, what are the pathways? Which roles do parenting or genetic transmission play? CAPE – Consequences of Adolescent Peer Experiences. In the CAPE project, we want to know more about these topics. CAPE is funded by the European Research Council, began in 2018 and will run for 5 years. It is carried out at the University of Groningen in the Department of Behavioral and Social Sciences. The goal of CAPE is to examine children's social development and how this is influenced by parenting and genes. Given that both are determined by parents, understanding these pathways can hopefully help us to figure out why certain experiences persist across generations. CAPE is innovative in trying to explain how genes and environment interact with each other to influence the social development of children. CAPE has qualitative and quantitative components. The qualitative part is based on interviews with parents. Parents are interviewed about their own social experiences and earlier peer relationships, and if those have an influence on how they raise their children. For example, if they were bullied when they were younger, do they shelter their own children from similar experiences? CAPE also has a quantitative component. Here, we incorporate the data of Trails and Trails Next and add to these larger studies. Trails has been tracking the development of adolescents since 2001. Every 2 to 3 years over the past 15 years, participants completed questionnaires, interviews, tests, and physical measurements. More than 2,500 young people took part in this study since they were 11 years old. In 2015, Trails Next started, which focuses on the children of the participants. Trails Next collects information from the parent and child during pregnancy and when the child is 3 months, 2.5, and 4.5 years. In Trails Next, parents are interviewed about the characteristics of their children and their own health, personality, and experiences. We also ask parents to play with their children and observe those interactions and interview children about their friendships. We also collect cells from the inside of the mouth of the Trails Next children and their parents. This lets us determine the genome. This way we can study how genes influence social development. To sum up, in CAPE, we try to understand why some children thrive socially and others don't. We believe that parents and their experiences play an important role and want to find a way to stop the ghosts from the parents' past to influence how their children experience their first steps in the social world. Thank you for watching. Here you can find information for CAPE and for Trails and Trails Next. If you want to take part in the qualitative interviews, please contact the project leader, Tina Kretschmer.